So it's no secret that ever since Kenya Moore has entered into the Real Housewives in season 5, she immediately stepped into the villain role. This seemed to be a good fit because she was combative, had nasty reads, and was always gonna stand up for herself.
Your body looks like shit.
Plus, she was really the only one at the time who could go head to head with Nene Leakes, who Kenya Moore wasn't threatened by. There wasn't a housewife at the time who really matched Nene Leakes' energy and threatened her place on the throne the way Kenya did.
Don't come for me unless I send for you.
But she quickly became the enemy of most of the girls and started getting into many ongoing feuds, which became nasty, messy, and she started to be somewhat of a mean girl. She would definitely have a lot of smoke for those who she perceived to be weaker than her.
You will be picking up your teeth off the floor, pregnant and all, okay?
And she played this part well because I certainly didn't like Kenya majority of the series. But there's also fans that love her for what she brought to the show. Her mean girl moments includes her feud with Portia and how she antagonized her, but we see how that turned out.
And you sitting up here trying to act like you dumb hoe. Shut up.
The storyline with Kenya purposely flirting with Phaedra's husband, and to me, her worst moment was the way she treated Kim Fields during her stint on the show. It was very cringy because Kim Fields didn't bother anyone and it was clear she really didn't have an issue, but Kenya kept poking at her.
You win the award. Let me pull your chair for you. Kenya, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't really do that. Let's go.
But she quickly became the enemy of most of the girls. Now, Kenya is not the Wicked Witch of the South, because I think the show had multiple villains throughout the series, but that crown always stayed with Kenya, and it even carried over to other projects such as Celebrity Apprentice, where she was the villain of that show. And that's when her and Vivica Fox got into that epic fight.
This child has toxic tendencies.
This is not positive.
Yeah,
this is a
go for it.
boardroom.
No,
I don't
no.
appreciate being called out of
You
my
are
name.
just a toxic trick.
I don't appreciate
Yes,
being,
you are. You as
I'm a
toxic
trick now?
as yes.
This is not the ghetto.
I don't want
This
to know,
is not
honey.
the ghetto.
Yes, it's not the ghetto.
It's not the ghetto.
Right.
Please don't take it there.
And after a couple of seasons on The Housewives, Kenya made the list for the most hated housewives ever. But Kenya embraced this role initially. I think that I was just pegged into the villain role really early, and I was just never able to get out of that. I sort of in my own way leaned into it, and then it was just like, okay, this is old because now this really isn't who I am, and I hate that I'm even perceived that way. And I get this because being the villain for so long and the backlash that comes with it has to get old. And we see this current season, Kenya is actually really likable, fun, and just free on this season. It's really different than the Kenya we were introduced to, and it's honestly refreshing. It appears that Kenya is done playing that villain role and will let Marlo Hampton step into that role for a time. But once a villain, always a villain. Kenya is not Glinda the Good Witch, she's the beep beep, is what Phaedra once said about her. But do you agree with Kenya being the villain of the franchise, and can she ever really escape being viewed upon as such?